I wouldn't have thought so. Gorge be
very excited for this one.
He's lost his last 4 though, Brian Gorgian, against Melbourne United. So keen to reverse that trend.
Which is an extra wrinkle he added.
Well, I think the thing for him, when you are a great three-point shooter, they have to close you out hard. And as we see, Matthew Dellavedova.
In Illawarra back in round 7.
Had 8 assists in that game as well, Case.
And 33 points. So here's the Hawks looking to open their account through Reith, who from close range gets it done. A chance for Ratam Mays to bring the Hawks forward. Frolling. Good position there against White. It was just a little slow to react, and the Hawks score 4 in a row to take the lead.
Well, tough start from White. He got scored on in the block, then he helped off too much. As we see Chris Golding. Wow, corner pocket 3.
And you're right, how do you leave a guy that wide open? Surely he would have been first on your scout report about what you're going to do.
Shot clock in the background, but Cleveland gets it done. Working on Jessup. Decides to go on with wraparound pass. Jessup recovered well, but it still finds its way to Illawarra, who in traffic fires, but unsuccessfully. Came back to Golding, who with the left hand can add another 2.
One of the things I've noticed, Hammer, about Brian Gorgian, in the early part of the season, he was switching a lot on the defensive end. More recently, he's hard showing, and there's a straight line drive by one of the better defenders in Dellavedova. Gee whiz, again off a made basket. Melbourne United get it out.
Tick over 3 minutes played. And as the Hawks go back again to Ratam Mays, so 2 of 2 from the field for his 4 points. Did a good job defensively there to deny Joe Luala-Chul. And at the other end, Bump gets it to Frolling, who from close range helps himself to 2 more.
Express his opinions, Antonius.
I like that.
Yeah, no, nothing wrong with it.
White fires, he knocks down the 3. Melbourne are 3 of 4 from deep as they retake the lead.
That's just a great part.
On Thursday night, also the last time these teams played, he took 14 free throws in the game. Cleveland.
He's a problem.
Now a chance out and running. Golding. Pass just left a little to be desired, but Jack White was good enough to control it and come up with the finish. A seesawing affair as they exchange the lead here at the moment. Ratam Mays, Frolling. Almost shut down quickly there by Porty, but he's able to get it done nonetheless.
He's pretty reliable. You certainly have to respect him.
It's Ratam Mays, shook Illy and knocks down another. So 6 points in the game now on 3 of 4 shooting. He knows a quality player and good at the defensive end. So Hawks by 1. We count down the last 4 minutes of the opening quarter. Ratam Mays is putting on a show here.
He hasn't played in a long time, but he knows the coach, he knows most of the players, and he knows the system.
Here's Peatling in a mismatch, working on Isaac White, firing against Frolling, and Peatling comes up with his first score in the game.
I like the fact he didn't just settle for the 3. Decided to be able to play with a bit of poise, put it on the ground and get to the middle as we see that defense reacted to Mays that time.
Shaley with it, looks for the penetration, lob pass, and that's a nice finish as Jack White continues to impress here.
We see that back cut where you just... Conrad there lost.
And they'll reset here. Shot clock to single digits. They're down 6. Shooting the ball above 50%. But for his first points, and he makes it look easy.
And Melbourne United being able to bring veterans like Newley, Bubba.
Reith, shot clock to 5, has to retrieve the ball, gets inside Luala-Chul, who comes back for seconds, but Reith stays with it to get the 2. Picks up the dribble. Here's Newley. Again, shot clock to single digits as Newley penetrates it, rolls home for him, and a chance at a 3-point.
For the defense, but hitting that shot as well, and there you've got a lot of players.
Last play of the opening quarter, Bubba opens up for him, Reith recovered well, outside, Illy on the buzzer, knocks down the 3. Melbourne needed that, both teams reached 30 here.
I'm not sure what JLA was doing. Why was he up and in at the 3-point line to allow Reith to be able to rip through in the first place?
He doesn't care what's happening on the offensive end. That'll take care of itself. If they want to win this game, it's going to be on the defensive end. You've got to blow up the handoffs, got to carry a hand and limit them to only 1-shot opportunity.
We weren't expecting a scoring fest here between these two teams, but it's the first game in NBL 22 where both teams have been at 30 or more in the opening quarter. And Luala-Chul starting to warm to the challenge here after he was scoreless in the opening quarter. And that's 3 in this quarter as well, Hammer. Inside 4 minutes. They had 2 at quarter time.
They had 19 in that loss last weekend.
Melbourne have had the better of this second quarter after the Hawks were all world in that opening quarter at 73% from the field, but now it's United.
Now with the adjustments on the pick and roll, they've forced him to take more dribbles, and it's really upset really the flow that the Hawks have had.
Really come off that corner guy, regardless of who it is, to try and help with those on-ball situations.
Garda penetrates outside. Dave Barlow fresh onto the floor, and he's ready to go. Barlow, Newley. Again looks for penetration, and Newley putting together some nice minutes here. So Melbourne by 8 points here after the Hawks had led by 7 in the opening quarter. Reed works inside of Garda, steps beyond Dellavedova, helps himself to 2 more.
That's what I was talking about. Knowing that you can't afford the 2 shots of possession to be given up.
And that the referees are looking for that and reading that, even if it's not there. Tom Mays peels off a 3 with a shot clock in the background. 90 seconds ago, back to a 1-point game. They've scored the last 7, and from close range, that's going to count for the Illawarra Chul.
You're trading off and seeing, well, where can your advantage be? Oh, dear.
And easily getting to the 2. Here's Cleveland, and a chance at a 3-point play. And Froling stayed right with him. Shot clock rolls to 5. And from
they've looked at and thought that perhaps he wasn't getting it done. He's offensively struggled a little. 1 of 5 from there, and Reed steps out and splashes 1 from the corner.
2 baskets that really should have been made.
Well, the goaltend there, Shea Illy, just loses his feet.
Reith with 6 leads that category in the game. Dellavedova, tough pass. Well done, Golding. Nice inside look for Jack White, who adds another 2. Decides to look inside. Nothing on offer for him. Rattan Mays in a mismatch against Illawarra Chul. Steps beyond him. Found Cleveland. What a pass, and nice finish as well.
Somebody that you just see when he does get to the NBA, a little bit like Josh Giddey, that you just see his body type, and he's such a good defender and so exciting. Talking about him with the Boomers too, Drew in.
Great problem that Brian Gorge is going to have when it comes to his work with the Australian national team.
Oh, Illawarra Chul, that was a tough shot, but he came up with the goods. His first score in this third quarter. Illawarra Hawks Antonius Cleveland is getting it done. He's got 7 points in this quarter. Now he's got 10 as he reels off another 3. Illawarra Chul's starting to warm to the occasion. They present the double team to him here as Illy works inside. Newley from the 3 can't get it to go, but gets it back. Needs help. Here's Agata. That's only his 2nd field goal of the night. So much riding on this with the Hungry Jacks NBL playoffs not far away. Melbourne trying to cling to top spot. Inside, Peatling comes up with the 2. Peatling decides to fire the 3 and knocks it down. Melbourne back on top of the back of a 5-0 run. Well, the Hawks being challenged here. What have they got? Rattan Mays, pocket pass, close range. It's Reith cleaning up his own mess and adding another 2. As we move inside the last 60 seconds of the third, Illawarra Chul puts it on the deck against Reed, takes him on, gets the answering 2 as we go courtside to Pete Hooley. It's a 14-3 run in favour of Melbourne here in the last 4 minutes. Golding, they left him alone. It's a dangerous thing to do.
You cannot go on under any on-ball screen against Chris Golding, no matter how far he is from the 3-point line.
Rattan Mays with the answering triple.
Who wins it from here? Who wins it from here, boys?
Well, the fact that Melbourne United, as Reith knocks down the 3 ball of the third, you'd think that the momentum's going their way, but straight away the Hawks come back and knock one down. That was a beautiful set, wasn't it?
Here's Newley sharing it. Peatling working inside Sam Froling. Nice finish from the big man. 90 seconds played in the final quarter, back to a 5-point buffer for Melbourne. Biggest lead we've seen at any stage was Melbourne's 8-point lead in the second. And look at Rattan Mays on cue. Golding guarded by Jessup. Works it down low. Cleveland with his hands full here against the big man Hook Porty, who uses the left hand over the top. Certainly the Phoenix will think that they can get to 16. Percentage could play a role again. Here's Cleveland, baseline. They can't prevent him from getting to the rack and adding another 2. He's got 20. Shot clock to 2. Needs to get something happening. Worth waiting for.
On cue. He had 4 field goal attempts. That's just to the great work of Melbourne United. And there's Bubba. He works well off the ball as well as with the ball. Shooters in the corner. In Chris Golding it was on that occasion. Tough. That's nice. 9 of 14, 7 assists, 5 boards.
Other end, Golding comes up with a 3 ball.
So you don't guess that, and now we get an opportunity to be able to go back and revise it. And, I wish the NBA would take some of these rules. Oh, my!
Cleveland adds to it by coming up with a flush. Great teams. So much on the line going at it here. A little over 3 minutes out from a decision. Harry Froling did well, worked inside Jack White, pushed Golding out of the way and came up with a score. Only Cleveland with 22 has more in the game. He's holding on to the dribble, working to the elbow, wants to go solo. We're tied at 88. Shot clock to 10. And beyond, Cleveland giving Illy plenty to think about. Goes to White outside, can't convert. Reed did well, lost the headband in the process. Rattar Mays, 22 points, 9 assists in this game. Been making things happen for them. Works to the same spot, gets the same result. The Hawks are back in front.
But he's got 4 steals as well, Case.
It's been great. Doing this without Tyler Harvey. Here's Illy. Oh, nice pass. Attracted multiple defenders. It left Jack White open and he ties it at 90. Shot clock to single numbers. Rattar Mays with it. Duop Reeve with a 3. It's off the mark. Harry Froling keeps it alive and gets it done and draws a foul.
Huge.
14 on the shot clock. Illy inbounds it. Illawarra against Reeve. Shot wouldn't work for him, and Cleveland grabs the rebound and is fouled in the process.
Does some work for team foul now for Melbourne United. Oh!
Well, the restart wasn't great. Golding gets some hot treatment. Illawarra to tie. Can't connect. Jessup will be fouled. And beating Melbourne twice at their venue.
And a lot of questions that they'd be asking internally right now about what they have to do next part of the season. One, to make the playoffs, but then to be able to win playoffs and try and go back-to-back.
Illy off the mark. And the Hawks are going to come up with a famous victory here.
He'd be delighted, not just with this win. Obviously, this is the immediate one, but 9 of 11, they were right under the pump, given the run home that they had, the quality of team they've got. They've still got a lot of heavy lifting to do, but right now, this win, I think...
Well, 3 weeks ago, they were out of the top 4. And now they are storming toward the pinnacle because they have beaten Melbourne United on their own floor for the 2nd time in a week.